11 Central Africa time. You're listening to On the Move with myself, Palesa Tau and Benjamin Moshatama. You know, it's surprising that even in this day of social media, there's still conversations that we actually aren't happening, that we aren't having, not just on the socials, but in our families, at school. And many of them also have to do with the bodies of women. We speak so much about things like period poverty and menstruation. I know there are courses now in schools where, you know, teachers will be teaching children about this is what's going to happen to your bodies, but they aren't extensive enough to understand how you're going to be feeling. How do your hormones are going to affect your mood? How are they going to affect your body? And just it makes a lot of women feel isolated, and you can imagine just how much more this isolation exists with young girls who are still trying to understand themselves and their bodies as well. So yes, you know, conversations about puberty and menstruation still are often hushed, and they leave girls feeling isolated and uncertain about their own bodies. But, you know, there are good news today that we're speaking about. South African social entrepreneur, media personality, and real estate practitioner Thato Mbha, along his daughters, have gone to write a book that speaks about changing this narrative. It's titled My PMS Diary, and it's going to be launching this coming Saturday. And this creates a safe, open space for girls to understand themselves, to embrace their experiences without any shame. Mbha joins us in our Channel Africa studios this morning. Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, how are you doing? It's still morning, ne?
It is still morning, yes.
Good morning to you and all the Channel Africa viewers, listeners, everybody. Sanbonani.
I love this so much, especially because when we speak about conversations on the woman body, there's an assumption that in the family structure, this is the job of the mother to take care of, and the man is isolated from the conversation and sometimes even isolates himself. Hey, go and speak to your mom. I don't know anything about this. Why did you decide to engage this in a very different way?
Well, we're trying to break this curse, what I call a curse, because you know, when you think about menstruation and periods in South Africa, it's always put in a corner as a woman's issue.
Yes.
First of all, let's dispel that. It's not an issue. It's nature.
Yes.
Can we all agree
Biology.
on the fact that menstruation and periods are part of nature? It's like breathing. It's like swallowing, you know. So if we can, as a country, understand that from
as
that point of view, as a continent, in fact, as a continent, if we can understand and appreciate the fact that menstruation is no different from puberty, then our conversation gets to where we need to get to now. Now, I, as a father, you know, have been having conversations with my daughters from as early as when they were 7 years old about menstruation. And the reason I did that is I've witnessed how most fathers and our uncles used to tell us that, go speak to your grandmother, man. Go speak to your aunt. Don't come to me about these women things. Now, the biggest question is, as a father or an uncle, what happens when your daughter or your niece goes through a period and it's just the two of you in the house? What next? You can't call the mom, you can't call the aunt, you can't call the grandmother. What's the next step?
And the thing is, we are also not getting informed as men how our daughters should navigate around it. And that's probably one of the biggest disconnection that we have in society, that we've always been taught that it has nothing to do with you.
Absolutely. And for me, I don't subscribe to that. So I decided as a father, first of all, I run a wellness network for men called Amataimer.
Nice.
And I'm trying to encourage, now listen to this. We are trying to encourage men to understand menstruation. Let's just start there. As men, let's have the conversations with our daughters, because they need to feel very comfortable to come to us to talk about what's happening with their body. In many instances, you find that you know, a lot of children are scared to tell their parents about what's happening to them at school, purely because we haven't created that open communication. Your child will get bullied at school and hide it from you because usaba ukuthi you are going to shout at them, or even make it worse for them in terms of saying, why did you allow it? Why? Instead of going, whatever happens to you at school, even outside school, in terms of your body, please talk to me. As your father, I'm there for you. You can go to your mom, more than welcome to, but just know that door to come to me is just equally open.
How was that first conversation? I mean, it must have been one that you needed to be informed about, because you can't go as a dad like, okay, I don't know about this. Did you get information from the mother, or did you get your own information? How did you also deconstruct this whole thing that we already have been raised with, that this has nothing to do with you? How did you get the information you needed to empower you, that when you address the little girls, that you feel like empowered enough to have that conversation. It's crazy that I'm even saying that.
It's crazy. It's weird. First of all, it's weird and it's uncomfortable, right?
Sure.
So what I did is, instead of doing the research by myself,
Sure.
I actually journeyed with my daughter to say, let's inquire together. Because as much as you learn, it's as much as I'm going to learn. So
Sure.
we started Googling together. We started having the conversation together. And it was such a beautiful journey. And little did I know that this was going to be a journey that was going to lead us to creating my PMS Diary, the book. Because all I was doing was asking them to go to the bookstores with me, look for these menstrual books. We bought a lot of these menstrual books, supporting other authors, reading more about it, Googling it, up to a point where I thought to myself, nah, man, we can do this by ourselves, you know. Now that I've been able to buy each of them what we called a happy pack, which was sanitary pads, you know, wet wipes, chocolates, so that the day they start their periods, they can remember what dad gave them.
Sure.
You know, today we have a fact checker. This is not just Titi Mbha speaking from the fatherhood perspective. We had to get a fact checker to see are the things that he's saying really correct. And we have his daughter on the line, TJ Mbha. TJ, you're going to be our fact checker today. So we're sure that
That's
the
nice.
things that your father is saying are really true. How are you doing?
Good, and you?
We're doing good, thank you. Is he being honest when he says he journeyed this walk with you guys to speak about what was about to happen in your bodies and in your lives?
100%. He's not lying.
Nice.
He's telling the truth.
I love that.
So this is not a marketing ploy, right?
No,
He's not trying to make money out of you girls.
Now,
nope, not at all.
let's speak about your perspective. A lot of young girls who have, fathers and uncles and men in their life that are present don't usually speak about, menstruation, puberty, and their bodies with them. But you got a very different experience. When you started these conversations and these journeys with your father, how were you guys able to navigate speaking about what was going to happen? And then when they started happening, really engaging with your father on this conversation?
So, when we had first started the journey of learning about what periods were and what girls go through, my dad, as he said, gifted me my happy pack with things that could help me when I get it. And then last year, I got my period. He was actually the first person I told about my period. It happened at night, and I was able to use the resources that he had gifted me to navigate. And then from there, we decided, okay, I have my period now. Let's help other girls and teach other girls that having your period isn't something that's messy. It's not something disgusting. It's something that you have to live with and that you shouldn't be embarrassed of.
I can hear the confidence as you speak about this conversation, even the confidence of saying, the confidence of saying the word period. Even as a girl, comfortably, is something that is still so bizarre and stigmatized in our society. And the fact that you said, when I did get my period, I went to my dad first to tell him what was happening, because the openness of the relationship was already there. This actually kind of making me cry.
It's heartwarming, actually.
It's so heartwarming.
Me too. I'm like, are we in South Africa? But are we in this world? Because I don't think it's an African phenomenon. I think it's something that people need to get right in different parts of the world. Okay, we're going to take a break and we'll continue to speak to you guys because this is a wonderful conversation.
Stay with us, TJ.
The whole population of Africa has been shocked to the depth of its soul.
For 60 years, Channel Africa has been the voice that connects the continent, telling our stories and sharing our vision with the world. This year, we mark 6 decades of broadcast excellence.
60 years of stories, sound, and connection.
6 years of African conversations that matter.
This is 60 years of broadcast excellence.
Broadcast excellence, rooted in Africa's heartbeat and looking boldly into the future. Join Channel Africa as we celebrate 60 years of broadcasting. Still strong, still vibrant, and still giving you the African perspective.
Channel Africa.
Benjamin Moshatama and Palesa Tau on the move.
All right, it's great to have Thato Mbha in our studio with us, known as TT. And it's a nice full circle for us to have you here, because you were in our studios when we started this show.
I just come back from AFCON.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's so good to have you here. TT, let's talk about that, what you've just heard.
Sure.
your daughter saying, the first person I went to when I felt like I'm getting my period was my dad.
Sure.
That is so distinct, and it doesn't happen every day.
Bro, it's they talk about self-actualization. Maslow's hierarchy of needs talks about self-actualization, and it's a pyramid, and a lot of us want to self-actualize at the top, but we confuse self-actualization with achievements and all of that. This for me is the highest point of self-actualization as a father, because it means there's something right I'm doing that my daughter can say that she came to me first.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens from here on, I've gained her trust, I've banked that trust, and I want to continue banking that trust until she becomes an adult as well. And I'm hoping that other fathers will take a heat from this and go, sure, maybe it's time that I have an open conversation with my kids. Let my kids know who I am. Let me learn more about who they are. A lot of us fathers, we think providing makes you a great father.
Yeah,
but
it's not
knowing your
enough.
kids
Yeah.
makes you a better father.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because it is about menstruation. We are talking about menstruation. We're not belittling that element.
Yeah.
But there's a bigger thing here. There's that connection as well that you're having in this journey of understanding the bodies of your girls,
Yeah.
but also understanding that they need to know about this, but I'm going to work this journey with them.
With them, yeah.
But it's relationship, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's 100% relationship. It's 100% being intentional as a father. We were raised by fathers who were very strict, unapproachable, literally like tigers. Tigers don't cry.
Yes.
So one of the most important things that I do with my daughters is show them vulnerability. They've seen me cry. They've seen me down. They've seen me happy. And that is important because we also need to tap into the fact that we are human first before anything. I'm a human being before I'm a man, before I'm a husband, before I'm a father, and so are they. And we need to dispel this thing that you're a child, you don't have an opinion. My kids have got opinions. They can say whatever they want because I actually learn more from them than they learn from me.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it.
TJ, I want to come back to you. And, in all of this, it's important to understand how this kind of relationship or the conversations that are being had about things that are biological, that are happening in all women's bodies, can be discussed openly, but also destigmatizing this for other young girls who get the opportunity to read this book. How has these conversations, this relationship with yourselves and your father really opened up your confidence and your pride, not just in you understanding what's happening to your body, but knowing that it's not shameful and I can still be confident and proud of who I am with these normal biological things happening to me in my body?
It started all with our Mbha Commitment Mondays, where he gave us the idea that we must commit to something that we want to achieve at the end of the week. So I realized that the more I commit and the more I love myself and the relationship we have to going through the videos and us committing to things made me realize that I can't change what's happening to my body. I can only accept and live with it and have confidence and be who I am with or without whatever's going through my body. And that instead of being ashamed, I can help other girls realize that it's okay. Every woman or every girl child will go through it. They're not special. Nothing. It's not like it's gonna not happen to them. And yeah.
Let's talk about that. What is that? The Mbha what? The Mbha.
Oh, you're asking me?
No, yes, I'm asking you. The Mbha connecting?
Oh, Mbha Commitment Mondays.
Oh, Mbha Commitment Mondays. What are
MCM.
those? Tell us a little bit about those.
It's basically where every Monday in the morning before we go to school, we commit to something. We bring our journals. We journal every day, our thoughts and what we're feeling. And then we bring our journals. And then when we commit, we started a new thing this year where we ask others to commit. Instead of them sending us hearts, telling us we're cute, oh, cute relationship, they must commit back and tell us what they're committing to, and then it happens every Monday.
Aye, man, you guys are deep. Man, TT.
It's very deep. It was taken from the concept of, Mondays is hashtag MCM.
Yes.
So we decided to create Mbha Commitment Mondays, hashtag MCM.
Yes.
Where I commit to them that this week I'm committing to, whether it's a project or whether it's a personal thing, to say I'm committing to be kinder to somebody this week.
Okay.
They will also commit, and then we encourage our followers to also commit. So instead of them telling us we look cute, they must tell us what they are committing to. What that does is it creates accountability amongst us. So we become each other's accountability partners. We do it every Monday without fail.
I mean, you are very intentional. I feel like you are, because, your daughter is saying, this is what we do. Daddy does this. It feels like you want to have this connection with your daughters in different ways. Where does this come from?
I think it comes from the fact that I realized how I was raised by my parents was because of the circumstances that they might have been experiencing. And I don't want to raise my children the way I was raised by my parents, because obviously corporal punishment was still around and all those things. And I want to create an open dialogue with my kids so that we can know what makes us tick, man. You know, the last thing you want is to find out a couple of months later that your child was diagnosed with depression because you never paid attention to the detail of what's happening. You know, in the evening when you come back home as a father, what's the first thing you do? Do you ask them how their day was? Do you actually even care? Or do you always talk about how horrible your day was, how you lost a deal? It's not about that. When you get home, you got to open those conversations. And I think if in South Africa and in Africa, if we can fix the family unit, we're fixing the continent. Because it starts with the family unit. We cannot always depend on the teachers to do what we are supposed to do at home.
Let's come back and speak about this book you guys are launching on Monday, My PMS Diary. Who are you hoping gets through the pages of this book? Is it just the children, or are you hoping this becomes a family moment where, you know, everyone is reading the book, everyone is learning together, but everyone is destigmatizing and building confidence as a family unit?
This book, My PMS Diary, is designed for the family. We want families to have conversations with the girl child, and guess what? And the boy child. And the reason why I want to include the boy child in the conversation is he becomes a potential perpetrator of bullying to the girl child because he lacks understanding. He mocks the girl child. He laughs at her instead of comforting her, hugging her. And also, the more he appreciates that his own mother has gone through this, his own sister has gone through this, it makes him an ideal man, a man who cares. And this book is really about, you know, Palesa's diary, who's a 13-year-old who goes through periods and gets to meet my daughters, and they will introduce the PMS diary to her in terms of journaling. So not only is it a book about following Palesa's diary, but it gives the reader an opportunity to also write and journal their feelings. So it's called My Turn. So it's your turn as a reader. Now that you've experienced what Palesa went through in day one, how was your day one? It's your turn to tell us how. So it's an interactive book also as a diary. So it's a two-in-one.
I love that. Well, I feel very included. Thank you so much. Okay, TJ, before we wrap up, let's come to you. How are you hoping young people like yourself, obviously we don't all get to get the same parents, unfortunately, but how are you hoping that they learn and gain confidence from My PMS Diary?
I hope that they start to learn self-love and that having your period isn't something to be embarrassed, because when we wrote this book, I went into with the intention of I'm writing what I would want to see, what I would want to hear, and what I would want to know in regards of periods and menstrual things, because it is a sensitive topic to others, and that confidence is key in everything you do. Whether you're speaking, whether you don't love your body, you can't change what you have, so you must just live and learn to accept what you have.
All right,
this
is so wonderful. Thank you guys so much. This is such a critical conversation. Okay, it's still going to be launched on Saturday.
Yes.
This coming Saturday. Tell us where, how, and where people can find the book after that.
So we are launching at Exclusive Books Rosebank this coming Saturday the 28th at 11 a.m. It's open to the public. We want all the families to come through. The book will be selling for 190 rands. We're making it quite reasonable and affordable for everybody to be able to. But after that, we're going on a tour around the country. We're going to be meeting our fans and followers, and we'll be obviously sharing those dates and venues. And we're really excited because it's an opportunity for us to engage. We want to go to schools, we want to hand over sanitary packs to underprivileged kids in villages, townships. We really want to show impact as a family and hope that other families can also do the same in their small circles.
All right, TT, fantastic conversation.
Thank you so much.
Keep doing this. Where do people connect with you online? I know that you are always out there connecting with people on social media.
It's TTMBHA on all social media handles, and follow the Mbha sisters. They are doing amazing work, and I'm so proud of them that at their age, they are authors.
Well, one of the Mbha sisters. Thank you so much, TJ Mbha, for joining us as well today.
Love you, TJ.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, Thato, as well. That's Thato T. Mbha, South African social entrepreneur, award-winning real estate practitioner, and media personality. Well, that takes us to 11:30 Central African time. Dive into this conversation. Let us know what you think on our socials and also on our WhatsApp. Right now, let's move on and wrap up the morning sports.